I used to be a world-class procrastinator. I once spent an entire afternoon rearranging files on my laptop to avoid working. And then I spent time Googling how to focus more. Pure, sheer waste of time. Did you know that an average person spends 2 hours every day procrastinating? That's about a month in a year getting wasted. I was stuck fighting myself and trapped in a cycle of avoidance and guilt. But then I discovered the science of procrastination and it changed everything for me. Did you know procrastination isn't the time management problem but rather an emotional regulation problem? Let me share with you what I learned. I am Suhaib and I help people to work smarter and faster. And if there is anything that I learned about procrastination, it is that procrastination isn't about being lazy. It is about managing your emotional state of mind. Whether you're a student, young professional, or anyone who's trying to get their work done, this video will change the approach of how you deal with procrastination forever. Today, we are deep diving into the psychology of procrastination, and I am sharing with you 3 strategies that help me to break free of procrastination and change my life forever. Get started. So, here's the science. Whenever we are faced with an unpleasant task, our brain's limbic system, which is the emotional center of our brain, starts lighting up like a Christmas tree. And it starts screaming, danger, danger, danger. Which is why you often move to scrolling your phone, cleaning your desk, or any other task to avoid that unpleasant work. Meanwhile, our prefrontal cortex, which is the decision-making part of our brain, is fighting and trying hard to regain control, but often is overpowered by our limbic system. As Dr. Pitchell, who is the leading researcher on this topic, says that procrastination is an emotion regulation problem and not a time management problem. We procrastinate to feel good in the moment, but often or not, we start feeling bad in the long run. And here is a mind-blowing fact. Chronic procrastination can be linked to stress, anxiety, or depression. Imagine wasting months over avoiding tasks, and we are here to address and fix it today. This fight in our brain leads to an intention-action gap. Basically, we intend to do something, but the gap to execute it keeps on increasing. And stress makes this gap even wider. For example, you intend to work on a task such as building a presentation, but then you find yourself on your phone scrolling through different apps. That's the live example of an intention-action gap. And when we are stressed, our brain prioritizes short-term rewards over long-term goals. And this is why we sometimes choose urgent and non-important tasks such as checking your emails over important tasks. As Dr. Fuchsia, a psychology professor, explains, procrastination is about being more focused on feeling good in the present than on future consequences of one's action. It's about mood repair. But by understanding this, we can start closing the gap. So, now we better understand why we procrastinate. It is basically a struggle between our emotions and the intentions. Now, let us look at 3 powerful strategies that will help us to narrow down this intention-action gap and avoid procrastination. These aren't just random strategies. These are the strategies that have worked for me that I'm sharing it with you. My first strategy is a 2-minute rule, but with a twist. Basic idea is, if a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. But for larger tasks, commit to working on it for just 2 minutes. Once you start, momentum often takes over. I used to dread writing scripts, but now I tell myself, just write for 2 more minutes. 9 out of 10, I end up writing for much longer. This small shift can change everything. For example, if I need to write an email, I commit to just typing the subject line and the first sentence. It is all about getting started. My second strategy is to break tasks into micro steps. This leverages something called the Zeigarnik effect. which is the tendency to remember incomplete tasks better than the completed ones. By breaking a larger task into smaller tasks, you create multiple incomplete tasks, which keeps your brain engaged and motivated. Instead of write a blog post, I break it into different steps such as research keywords, create an outline, write the introduction, and so on. Whenever you complete a micro step, it gives you a small dopamine hit, fueling your progress. Finally, I use AI tools that helps me to remain accountable. Tools such as Motion automatically removes meetings from your calendar when it is done. This removes decision fatigue, which often leads to procrastination. It is like having a personal assistant optimizing your day. Sunsama, which is another tool, takes a different approach. It helps you to plan your day in great detail and integrates your tasks, meetings, and to-dos in a single window. This creates a clear roadmap and making it easier to get started. It also forces you to be realistic about what can be achieved in a day, preventing you from overcommitting and feeling underwhelmed, which is a major trigger for procrastination. Procrastination isn't a character flaw, but rather a habit. Imagine feeling in control of your time, constantly achieving your tasks, and having more time to spend on the things that you love. The 3 strategies, that is the 2-minute rule, the micro task, and the accountability, will work wonders for you. Which one are you going to try first? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more such contents. We know you got this.